NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying is officially concluded from Pocono Raceway, and Chase Elliott has won his first Xfinity Series pole of 2025. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to the video. As I just said a second ago, NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying is officially done from Pocono Raceway, and Chase Elliott has won his first Xfinity Series pole of 2025. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that Chase Elliott has won a pole in the NASCAR Xfinity Series since 2014, when he went on to win the championship in the Xfinity Series after picking up 3 or 4 wins during that season. That 17 car has been one of the fastest cars when it's been out on the racetrack so far this year. Of course, they've picked up a couple victories this season, once with Kyle Larson at Bristol in dominant fashion, probably should have won the race at Homestead Miami Speedway, and then a couple weeks back at Charlotte Motor Speedway, William Byron put up a really strong and one of the dominant cars in the field and picked up his first Xfinity Series win since his championship season in 2017. For Chase Elliott, that 17 car head was really fast in practice. He had one of the strongest cars in the practice session earlier today, and Chase Elliott coming into the weekend was my pick to go to victory lane because Chase Elliott won historically. He's been really good at this track. He won the Cup Series race in 2022, albeit it was because of Denny Hamlin accomplished getting disqualified from the event, but nonetheless for Chase Elliott, this is a really big deal, and for Chase to get another pole in Xfinity, it's incredible. He'll try to use that momentum and try to build some confidence to maybe get himself an opportunity to win the Cup Series race tomorrow afternoon. I think he's got a good chance to win the race later this afternoon. Nonetheless, congratulations to Chase Elliott on picking up his first Xfinity Series pole of the year and his first Xfinity Series pole in quite some time. So now we're going ahead and talk about the top qualifiers and qualifying, talk about who are the favorites going into the race later today. So Chase Elliott wins the pole. Brandon Jones starting in the front row in second place. Really impressed with the speed from Brandon Jones, especially in practice. Brandon Jones has a Truck Series win back here in 2020. God, it's been 5 years. It's been a long time. But Brandon Jones, really good speed. That 20 car's had a lot of really solid pace so far this year. Good job for the 20 team. He'll start in second. Nick Sanchez qualified third. Continues to impress me this season. He's had some really good qualifying runs so far in the year. He has not picked up a pole in the Xfinity at this point, but Nick Sanchez has been very solid this season. He's got a chance to make the playoffs. Good opportunity here. He'll be starting third. Good speed for the driver of the 48 machine. Williams Walsh qualifies fourth. The last couple weeks, this 18 team has been trending more in the right direction. He had a great run going and won the pole at Nashville. Then, of course, he made that mistake. Then he had a solid run in Mexico City, and today he's starting up front and fourth, and he had really good speed in practice as well. That's what I want to see from Williams Walsh. I want to see the season kind of turn around a little bit, and if he can do that, that'll be something good to see, because I don't know if he should be in that car right now, but he's doing a solid job, all things considered, this week. He'll start in fourth position. Good job for Williams Walsh. Ryan Sieg qualifies fifth. That car looks pretty good in practice as well. I like the speed of the 39 car. They're showing some really good stuff throughout the early and middle portion of the year. They're still looking for a first win ever as an organization. Great job by Sieg. He'll start in fifth. Sixth, Sam Mayer qualifies sixth. A little bit down on the speed charts in practice, but they made up a little bit in qualifying. Seems like they got a better qualifying car than maybe a race car at this point. Still starting at a top 10 and 6, looking for his first win at the Haas Factory team. A good track historically for this program. Good job for Sam. He'll start in 6th. Taylor Gray qualifies 7th, showing some pretty good speed. He's had a lot of speed, but not a lot of results to show for so far this year. He'll look to kind of capitalize on it, maybe get his first ever Xfinity Series win in that 54 car. Good job for Gray. He'll start in 7th. Justin Allgaier qualifies 8th. I think that 8th starting spot is a little deceiving because I think Allgaier does have a better car than where he qualified. His car was one of the fastest cars, especially on the longer run. I think the Junior Motorsports cars are set up more for race trim than they are for qualifying trim, because I think all those cars are going to get up front by the end. He'll start in 8th position. Not bad for Justin Allgaier. Same thing for Connor Zilisch, who's starting in 9th. Connor Zilisch had the best car in the 10 and 15 lap averages. His car was one of the best cars, especially on the long run. Remember, Dale Jr., of course, is crew chief for Connor Zilisch this weekend, so Dale Jr. probably knows how to set up a race car at this point. Really good job by Connor Zilisch. He'll be starting in 9th position. And Jesse Love qualified 10th. Last year, Jesse Love didn't have the overall pace and speed. He's got okay speed this week so far, but to qualify in the top 10, you can work through that, try to get that car better, and get your way up to the front. He'll have some work to do, but he'll start in 10th. Matt DiBenedetto qualified 11th. This team's had up and down runs so far this year, especially with their qualifying runs. So good to see the Viking Motorsports team, who continues to show improvement. Solid job for Matty D. He'll start in 11th. Shelly Creek qualified 12th, a little bit slower than his teammate Sam Mayer. Not insanely off the mark, but especially with how good that 00 car has been historically, I doubt Creed may be a factor, considering he had one of the strongest cars in the field last year in this race. Has a little bit of work to do. He'll start in 12th. Sammy Smith qualified 13th. Same thing as the other junior motorsports cars. They're a little deceiving. They're a little faster than what they showed in qualifying today. He'll start in 13th. Austin Hill qualified 14th. That car has looked sketchy all day so far. Has some work to do to try to get up there. He'll start in 14th. Christian Eckes starting in 15th. Not bad for Eckes. Harrison Burton qualifies 16th. Justin Bonziner qualifies 17th. Not terrible for Justin Bonziner. Also not terrible for Harrison Burton. Daniel Dye qualified 18th. Brendan Poole will start 19th. And Jeb Burton will start in 20th. Jeremy Clements will start 21st. Carson Quaffle 22nd. Carson hasn't had the pace and speed this weekend so far. He's probably had about a 14th to 15th place car at best. It seems like there's been times where this one team has been on it this year, and then there's been times where this team has just been a little bit off their game. They got a little bit of work to do to get things better. Got some things they need to work on. He'll start in 22nd. Parker Reslov qualified in 23rd. Ryan Ellis will start in 24th. Dean Thompson will start 25th. Josh Williams will start in 26th. Blaine Perkins qualified in 27th. 28th place starting spot for Anthony Alfredo. Mason Massey qualified 29th. 30th place qualifying position for Chris Wright. Josh Bleeker qualified 31st. 32nd starting spot for Garrett Smithley. Carson Ware qualified 33rd. Dawson Cram qualified in 34th position. Patrick Emerling qualified 35th, who had a pretty good run in a Truck Series race last night, finishing inside the top 15. Leland Honeyman, who was putting together a decent qualifying lap, unfortunately spun out during his qualifying run, was not able to complete his lap. He'll start in 36th. Logan Bearden had some sort of issues and trouble. He'll start back in 37th. And Kyle Seeks Hood came up on the car during the early moments of the first part of practice today. He'll be starting back in 38th position because of that. So, those are the guys who qualified for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. So, what are the big storylines going into this race? Well, the big storyline is going to be you're going to have a really fast car if you're going to be up front. I do expect the Junior Motorsports cars and the Hendrick car to be the strongest cars in this race. When I looked at the speed charts today, the four fastest cars that I saw from the practice session were Connor Zilisch, Justin Allgaier, Chase Elliott, and Brandon Jones. And I think all four of those guys are going to be the biggest factors going for the win in the race today. If I'm looking at a sleeper pick outside of these guys, I'd say Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, both I think could be sleeper picks in the race today. I'll say Ryan Sieg as well. Ryan Sieg showed some pretty good speed in practice as well. He's also starting up in 5th position. I would not be shocked or surprised if Ryan Sieg is up front going for the win in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race today, later this afternoon. Also, field strategy could be a major factor. And the big thing is with some of these early stages, you're going to want to come on pit road early so you can basically try to leapfrog everybody. It's kind of like a road course, for example. You want to pit before the end of the stage so you can leapfrog the driver in these stages, and because of how long these stages are going to be, you're going to want to leapfrog not just in stage 1, but in stage number 2. You also have a limit on the tires that you can use, so that will be something to watch out for in the Xfinity Series race later today. Be a very fun race to watch. We'll see how things go in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race later this afternoon, but I'm looking forward to it and excited to see how the Xfinity Series race is going to go later this afternoon. Congratulations, Chase Elliott, on winning the pole for the race at Pocono. So, that is going to be a full reaction to NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying from Pocono. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go to the blog of that, and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your thoughts on NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and congratulate Chase Elliott on winning the pole. In a couple hours from now, we're going to see reactions to NASCAR Cup Series qualifying from Pocono, and then we'll have the Xfinity Series race review from Pocono as well. Then, of course, tomorrow we'll have the starting lineup video for the Great American Getaway 400. We'll have the Cup review for the Great American Getaway 400. We might have a Shane Van Gisbergen video, depending on how he performs. We'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, we will Monday have a NASCAR news we discuss the news over the course of the last couple days. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have truck race picks for Lime Rock. And we're also going to be doing my bracket as well, taking a look at who I think is going to be making it in each of these rounds. We'll talk about that as well. Got a lot of great content dropping on people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Cards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Cletus McFarland, Dodge, Ram, Frankie Muniz, Ryan Preece, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, all the good stuff we'll be talking about the channel in the coming days and weeks along with Junior Motorsports. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.